Hey guys and gals, this is Alex with Legendary Apartment Brokers. Today is Monday, October 21st, 2024. This is the KC Multifamily Minute. Let's get right into it like we do every single week. We've got some stats for you. So every single week I'm going to cover to you what's new on the market from a multifamily investing standpoint, the location, what class rating it is, whether or not I think it fits into active 1031 exchange investor criteria, or even 1031 exchange investors, or just anybody who's active. All right. So I covered everything there a couple different times. Bottom line, if you're looking at multifamily in Kansas City, reach out. Let's talk. This is Alex, broker for Legendary Apartment Brokers. Let's get right into it. As I promised, we got some statistics for you here. We've got on the MLS. So Heartland MLS powers a lot of the new multifamily opportunities in the space that I'm in, which is 2 to 72 units or so. So small multifamily duplexes on up to 70, 100 unit apartment complexes across the metro. And with that, I actually have my website pulled up here. So for you podcast listeners, we've got my website pulled up. You can look at every single new multifamily opportunity that hits the open market. Go to my website, legendaryapartmentbrokers.com, and check it out. There's a tab there for all multifamily listings, which automatically takes you to the newest listings that are on the market. So with that being said, there are 65 total listings. Of those, 49 of them are still available. That's $500,000 or plus across the entire metro. That's not including new construction. So 16 are under contract. 49 are still available for you to buy, for me to help you buy. That means, well, that doesn't mean, but there are 2 new total listings across both Zillow, my website, MLS, LoopNet, etc., that we can dive into together. But that's just the MLS stats here, with 65 total, 49 still available, 16 under contract. That's actually in line. Somewhere around this 15 to 25 every single week are under contract. Somewhere around this 50 or so are available in this particular space. Over on LoopNet, which we'll cover in a little bit, there are 42 opportunities that are multifamily. 36 are still available, 6 are under contract, and there is a new unique listing over there as well. So let's now dive into the new listings, okay? So even though my website screen here, you can see there are 3 new listings. We've covered a couple of these already in the past, and they've now made it to the MLS. So we're just going to zoom in here to the newest listing, which I'm very familiar with because I own apartments in this area, and I have a duplex here on 39th and Booth in KCK. So for podcast listeners, this is right next to KU Med at 43rd and Pearl Street. It looks like it is, let me see here, this came out a couple days ago. I believe it is 12 units, but let me look at it. So I'm scrolling through here. I got the listing pulled up. 6 duplexes, so 12 units. 4 garden-style duplexes plus 2 other duplexes that are just down the road on Springfield Street. So if you're familiar with 43rd and Springfield area, you know these small duplexes, what they look like, kind of how they're positioned in there. I love the overall location. Price per unit, 12 units divided by 1.568 divided by 12. Let's do that real quick. Million divided by 12 comes out to $131,000 per door. Duplexes, I think several of these are on separate parcels. I think it's a fine enough deal. I have access to off-market deal that's $130,000 per door as well, with probably nicer finishes, much larger, more approachable style of a complex. Long story short is I think it's a good deal. I think it's a fine deal. If you're an active 1031 exchange investor, this is next to the region's largest employer, KU Med. It is on the Kansas side, so KCK location. I would consider this a Class A- location, maybe a strong B+. Age of the buildings are, 40s, 50s, 60s, something like that, likely. Roofs do look maybe a little bit older. But they are pitched roofs. So long story short, I think this would fit well into an active or aggressive 1031 exchange investor looking for a deal in a high rent growth area of Kansas City. So put that one on your list to dive in deeper. Happy to help you out there. Okay. So back to my website, I'm zooming back out, and that is the only new listing here that MLS is powering through to my website over the last 7 days. So with that being said, let's hop over to LoopNet. So again, same thing here. I've got it powered down to new opportunities only. This particular listing is in Raytown, where it's right next to Raytown. So zoom in here for podcast listers and my YouTube channel watchers. It's right next to Raytown, off of Raytown Road, 59th and 63rd Street, close to downtown. Address shows Kansas City, Missouri. It might be Kansas City or Raytown. I'm very familiar with this apartment complex. It's 120 units. It's currently unpriced. I know there was a fire there several years ago. There was an insurance claim. I'm not sure if all that stuff got worked out. It's next to several other Raytown apartment complexes all in the same area. I know they've done a ton of work to the units on the inside and outside. I've toured this before and in the past. If you really like the Raytown area, this could be something you want to take a look at. Happy to do that with you. My guess is price per unit is probably in that $70,000 to $80,000 per unit range, which would be appropriate for the area. Just make sure you've done your due diligence before going under contract on this one. And happy to take a look at that with you. Biggest key here is making sure that we've got sellers' expectations lined up with buyers' expectations. Okay, so this is a Class C location, very classic Class C location in Raytown, Missouri. 120 units. Reach out to me, we'll get some more information for you. Okay, so that's everything brand new on the market here in Kansas City. I am actually going to talk a little bit more. I've talked to you guys about this several times. I do have, and it just showed up on LoopNet here, my listing for a seller. 9 units, $995,000, a little over $110,000 per unit, Class A location. Of course, in my opinion, very appropriately priced. A lot of great things about it. A lot of new, every unit has washer and dryer hookups. Just needs a new owner to come in there. I think the gross rents on this, if fully occupied, somewhere around $9,100. So you're getting dang close to hitting the 1% rule or so. He is kind of firm on his price. That's why it's still out there. But if you want more information on it, it's a 9 unit in Liberty, Missouri, right off 291 Highway. Class A submarket, perfect for 1031 exchange investor, even for active exchange investors. I would put this property up against anything else out there as far as the best deal on the market. So that's everything here in Kansas City. Rates continue to dip down lower, which is great news for investors and for sellers and buyers and everybody. There's lots of other off-market opportunities. I have duplexes on up to about 100 units or so, and I'd love to talk to you about those. Reach out to me. This is the Kansas City Multifamily Minute. This is Alex with Legendary Apartment Brokers here in Kansas City. Alex at legendaryapartmentbrokers.com. Thank you.